Before we start this video, there's one change I gotta change about me. It's something I've been doing for a while, but I want to do it now to make it a big reveal. You see my glasses? These are 3D glasses. I don't need them. They're right there. But I do need glasses. So now I'm ready for this list. Hello everyone, it is that time of the year. I say that every year like that. I went back and watched some, I was like, these are rough to watch, but then I went back and watched them, and now I'm here, guys. It is time. It's the end of the year. This is it. 2018, it's over. What a year. I mean, such a disappointment for big movies. If you really go back and look at it, this year has been pretty disappointing, and so this list was really hard to make. I'm not gonna lie, it was 20 like I usually do. I used to do 10, but in the past 2 years I did 20. People liked that, so I did 20, and this year I almost did a top 10 because there wasn't enough to do a 20. But I did make a 20, and so just like every list you've seen on YouTube and just like every rule you've ever heard, this is my personal list. This is not the guaranteed best movies of the year. This is just my opinion. This is the movies I walked out saying, I like that movie, or I really like that movie, or I really like that movie. It's just movies I liked. It's just a personal taste in movies. So if there's movies on here that you hate, then you leave a comment and you tell me how fucked up I am. But if I'm not wrong and you agree with me, leave a comment below and tell me what movie you thought was great, just like I agree with. I love the internet. See, it's how it works on here. And so, yeah, I haven't seen every movie this year, like every great movie. Like, I didn't see 8th Grade. I didn't see Roma. These are a couple movies I know that are out and I just been too lazy to go see, buy, watch, or anything like that. But besides that, I think this year I did a pretty good job. I do have some honorable mentions, so let's go ahead and get them out of the way. Ant-Man and the Wasp, White Boy Rick, First Man, Deadpool 2, Sicario, Day of Soldado, basically Sicario 2, A Simple Favor, I Can Only Imagine, I almost made it, Mary Poppins Returns, and coming in really, really close, Annihilation. So yes, those movies are honorable mentions, all good movies, very enjoyable films, just not enough to make my 20 list. Again, hard list to make. So let's get into it, everyone. Let's do it like every year. Let's get into it. It is time to talk about my personal favorites. And let's start at the top of the list. Number 20. Coming in the 20th place, probably one of the hardest parts in a list to start at the bottom. What movie deserves to be at the bottom? Even though it's at the bottom list doesn't make it a bad movie. And this movie I thought was probably my favorite comedy of the year. Probably, if not the best, one of the best. And that is Blockers. I thought this movie was hilarious. I love John Cena. I love the guy from Neighbors. Leslie Mann. She was really good. All the casts worked together great about stopping their kids from having sex on prom. Such a great premise. It was so funny and I really enjoyed it, and it's definitely a movie that comes on TV a lot now that I watch, and I really enjoy it. I thought it was an awesome comedy. Please go see it if you have not seen it. Number 19. Coming in 19th place is a movie that I did not expect to make my top 20. Nowhere near if I was even going to go see it. That's how much. Number 19 is going to go to Overlord. This movie was such a surprise, and it's all about Nazi zombies. And it had cool characters, cool action scenes, cool horror scenes. This movie had everything needed to make a good movie, and it did it. It was so much fun, great directing. Can't wait to see where this director goes. I know he's doing the Flash Gordon movie. Can't wait to see that. But this movie alone, I thought it was awesome, so entertaining, and so people that I know that don't like zombies went and saw it, and they liked it. So if you haven't seen it, please go see it. Number 18. This movie almost didn't make my list, but then I thought about it, I was like, yeah, this movie needs to be on here, and that is Creed 2. Creed 2 was an awesome sequel. No, it's not better than the first one, but for a Creed 2 sequel, and for a movie to have kind of a cheesy storyline of an old character's son coming to fight Adonis Creed, who is the son of Creed, whatever. This movie was better than it needed to be, and I'm glad for it. This movie was awesome with a great soundtrack, great boxing scenes. Michael B. Jordan killed it. Sylvester Stallone, I don't know, it's great. It was an awesome movie. If they stopped with this one, I would be okay with it. I wouldn't mind a third one, but I could definitely see this being the last one. Number 17. Coming in 17th place is a movie that I definitely was excited for, and it definitely got mixed reviews. And I'm okay with it because I liked it, obviously, a lot more than other people. But that is the not reboot, it's a sequel to Halloween. Yes, I like the new Halloween movie. I'm one of those people. I didn't like the whole doctor putting on the masks thing. I didn't like that. But the movie itself, I thought was entertaining. For crying out loud, the biggest thing that came over this movie I liked was that they made Michael Myers scary again. And I haven't felt that in a long time. This movie was bloody. It was directed so well. Danny McBride wrote the movie, which is shocking. The movie was entertaining. I loved seeing Michael Myers. I really enjoyed this movie a lot more than other people. I love the soundtrack a lot, actually. It's just an awesome Halloween movie. It's definitely a movie I'm gonna now watch around Halloween time. It was an awesome movie. It was definitely the right vibe when I went and saw it that day. It was just a good movie. I liked it. I know some people really hate it, but that's okay. I liked it, so it makes my list. Number 16. Coming in my 16th place is one of these animated movies is on this list, but one of them is really good, and it's right here. I have others down the road, but this one's really good. But I definitely think this one's not better than the first, but it is Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet. Yes, this movie was awesome. I really enjoyed it. John C. Reilly, Sarah Silverman, they're great together in this movie. The animation is amazing. I love the story. I love the pop culture, internet memes, and all that kind of stuff get mixed into this movie and how they're used to people make money and all that kind of stuff. It's such a smart writing dialogue film, and it's fun. It's funny to watch. It's really funny, to be honest, in my opinion. I loved everything about it. It was such an enjoyable sequel to Wreck-It Ralph, which I do think is better than this one. Number 15. I'll never forget going to see this movie thinking to myself, I don't care about this movie. I don't want to see a Facebook kind of movie. I didn't like the first Unfriended. I like the second Unfriended, but this one gave you good characters and a good story and good acting, and that is Searching. This movie was such a surprise to me. I loved John Cho as the main guy, dealing with his daughter being kidnapped or missing or murdered, we don't know. This movie was fantastic. I loved the whole Facebook thing, or the one-shot kind of movie. I don't know what to call it, to be honest, but overall, I enjoyed it. You cared about this character. It was emotional, it was funny, it was scary, it was intense, it was a great mystery, great twist. It was everything, and it was different, and I liked that kind of stuff. So I thought Searching was definitely had to make this list. Number 14. Coming in 14th place is a movie people are going to be pissed at me about that's so low on my list. I still like the movie, but I definitely don't see this being a horror classic. Right now, at least, I don't feel like it is. But number 14 is Hereditary. Yes, the movie that everyone loves and putting super high on their list. I like the movie. Great acting, great intense mystery, horror, depressing feeling, disturbing scenes to watch. It's so low on my list because I don't know if I want to watch it again. I do own it. I did watch it again, but I don't know if I want to watch it again because it was so just... It makes me creeped out. Like, it turned my heart. Like, this movie did its job. I just didn't love the rewatchability, but it's definitely such a good movie. And for a first-time director, wow, that's all I can say for a first-time director doing this kind of movie. Such great acting. And the Toni Collette, she deserves maybe an Oscar nomination. I believe she does. She won't get it, but I believe she does. Number 13. Coming in 13th place is a movie that a lot of people really like. Everyone I've talked to have seen it, said they like it a lot, and that is BlacKkKlansman. Listen, Spike Lee has made some great movies in the past, like White Man Can't Jump, the Malcolm X movie. He also did Inside Man, which is an underrated bank robbery movie. He's made a lot of documentaries, but my personal opinion, this is my favorite movie of Spike Lee. I'm gonna say it. This is my favorite Spike Lee movie. John Washington, or whatever his name was great in this movie. Adam Driver, all the acting, the story of how they mix comedy and intensity and dramatic things and they mix it together, and that can usually not work. This movie worked. It was fantastic acting, fantastic writing. I feel like it deserves maybe even a win for Best Original or Adapted Screenplay at the Oscars. I think it's got a good chance to, but please see this movie if you haven't. It is so good. Number 12. Another animated movie on my list, and yes, it's another sequel, and this time it's not Wreck-It Ralph, it's the other Disney movie, and yes, I'm talking about The Incredibles 2. Oh my gosh, guys, 14 years later, and we finally get this movie. It definitely did not disappoint at all. The animation got so better, the family dynamic got even more better. This movie, a lot of people are saying are better than the first. I don't know if I'll go in that far to say that, but I will go and say this movie is a definitely awesome sequel, which I hope we get a third one, not in 15 freaking years, but like 3 years from now. This movie was awesome. Such great animation, the directing by Brad Bird. Just fantastic action scenes, dialogue, and the movie alone with Jack Jack's scene with the raccoon. that scene alone is worth seeing this movie. Hilarious scene, hilarious movie, awesome movie. Go see it. It is freaking awesome, and it's incredible. Number 11. Coming in 11th place is a movie I had no interest in seeing. I actually saw it because I had a college paper due in like a week, and this movie was an example of the topic we're talking about, so I was like, alright, I'll go see it. I saw it, and I'm so glad I saw it, and that is The Hate U Give. What an awesome movie with great characters and dialogue and relatability and how it talks about racism in the 21st century. It is such a good movie. It's a very hard movie to watch, but I loved it. I love the characters. I love the story. I love the ending. There's one scene where the dad talks to their kids in his front yard. It made me cry so hard. It was such a good movie. If you've not seen The Hate U Give, it is freaking great. Go and see it. Number 10. Okay, now we're entering the top 10. So if you want to be like one of those people who's like, alright, this was his top 10. Well, here we are, 10 through 1 now. So number 10. Number 10 is a movie I gave an A+ to, and I definitely still like it, and a lot of people are forgetting about it, but I personally enjoyed it, and that is Ready Player One. I think this is Spielberg's not best movie, but definitely one of his best summer blockbusters he's done in the 21st century. Like, I really enjoy this movie. The CGI is it's amazing. The characters are awesome. I love the storyline of this game, and you have to go through the games, all the pop culture, and all the Easter eggs. It's freaking entertaining to watch as heck, and Spielberg alone, him directing, it's awesome. I love the score. I loved everything about this movie. It was just an entertaining movie, and hands down has one of the best scenes of this year with the racing scene, the very beginning, with no music, just sound effects, and it is amazing. Ready Player One is an awesome movie. If you've not seen it, I do recommend it. I know it's a lot of CGI, but I think a lot of people really can enjoy this movie. I think a lot of people are forgetting about this movie, in my opinion. Number 9. Alright, here either comes a lot of hate or a lot of bandwagon people saying, you just put this list for no reason. No, I really do believe this is a really good movie, and this movie definitely affected like the whole pop culture of movies. I gotta say, I really liked, and a lot of people did too, Black Panther. I know, that's really shocking on my list. Well, I really like the movie, guys. It's Michael B. Jordan as the villain. Dang, Killmonger, he was so good, and you felt for him. You could almost see Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, as the villain if you got from Michael B. Jordan's side. If you looked from his side, you could almost say Black Panther is the villain in this movie. This movie was awesome. It affected the whole media, and everyone who just saw this movie was like, we need black superheroes. I mean, this movie proves it. And my gosh, the supporting cast, Lupita Nyong'o, and I forget her name, Siri, whatever, I forget the actress's name, but they're all fantastic. They all got big roles coming ahead, especially Donna Garina from Michonne, who's in it. She's gonna be big time. I mean, all these actors are about to get even more jobs because of this movie. Black Panther affected the media so much, and just overall, it's an awesome Marvel movie. I mean, it is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It affected the universe. It's an awesome movie. Please see it. If you haven't seen it, then you're one in a billion, because the movie theater was so busy when this came out. I can't even tell you. Black Panther makes number 9. Number 8. Yet another big time movie that a lot of reviewers said it was an amazing movie, but a lot of people are forgetting on their top 10, but I didn't forget it. Number 8, Mission Impossible Fallout. What a movie, man. I mean, the directing by McTiernan is wow. The action scenes, wow. Like, it has every type of action scene in an action movie in this movie, and it's all filmed beautifully. And the Fallout is 100%, in my opinion, the best Mission Impossible movie. It's amazing. It's impossible to not be nervous when Tom Cruise is on a helicopter as heck. Oh my god. Mission Impossible Fallout was an awesome movie and such an entertaining movie with great story, great characters. Tom Cruise, once again, just committing suicide on screen. We're just watching or waiting for it to happen, to one string just break and he falls. Mission Impossible Fallout was awesome. If you've not seen it, please watch it. If you didn't get a chance to see it in IMAX, you missed out on one of the best IMAX experiences. I'll never forget seeing it in IMAX. It was amazing. Number 7. Alright, here's a little Oscar movie for you guys. All those Oscar people out there is like, where's this movie? Where's this movie? Well, here's one for you. Green Book. Green Book was an awesome movie. It was pretty much Driving Miss Daisy, except Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali, and it was such a good feel-good movie. And a lot of people were saying that movie that's gonna like downgrade for Best Picture. I think this movie should maybe win Best Picture. If it won it, I would not be disappointed at all. There's another movie on this list coming real soon that I think would win Best Picture, but for this movie, it's an awesome movie. The dialogue is fantastic. The relationship, these two men, they go through in this journey. It's an amazing feel-good movie to watch. I really enjoyed it, and God, Mahershala Ali, he might be winning supporting actor again. I feel like he deserves a nomination, maybe even the win. This movie was fantastic. Number 6. Alright, Marvel fans, here it is. Avengers Infinity War. Yes, I mean, we all knew this movie was going to make my list. I mean, God, this movie was awesome. I mean, we all know this scene, the famous... That scene alone is going to live in infamy of Marvel fans and big movies. I almost downgraded this movie just a little bit because I feel like if Endgame isn't as good, I'm not going to like this movie as much. But just this movie alone, this time period, right now, December 28th, right now, Infinity War is my favorite Marvel movie. It was awesome. It was funny. It was intense. It was so sad, dramatic. It changed the game for the whole Marvel Universe. There are so many questions. And for Avengers Endgame, wow, can't wait for that movie. This movie, though, is fantastic. Thanos, you son of a bitch. All you had to do was that, and you did it, and you messed every audience member up. Infinity War makes my top 6. Number 5. Alright, we're entering the top 5. When I'm making this list, these 5 movies all moved around at least one time. Up, down, something like that. These top 5 was pretty hard to make. Number 5 is my favorite animated movie of the year and my favorite superhero movie of the year. Yes, I love Infinity War, but this movie I can just watch and just have fun with, and that is, of course, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I know so many people who don't like superhero movies and watch this movie, and they loved it. And you know why? Because it's a good movie. It's such a funny movie, dramatic movie. The animation is so like out of this world. I've never seen it before. It's a comic book that came to life and it made it awesome. I love Miles Morales as Spider-Man. I loved the Spider-Verse, Nicolas Cage, the Pig, everyone, Haley Steinfeld. This movie was so funny. It had a great story, great relationship. It made you motivate for a little bit. I mean, this movie is for everyone. Anyone can watch this movie, and I guarantee you they will at least like the movie. It is such a good time, and it's got Post Malone, which saw him live this year, so I love Post Malone, so it is going to make the list anyway. But go see it. Definitely top 5 of the year. Number 4. This movie was number 1 for a while. I'm not gonna lie, it was number 1 for at least 3 months in this year. But number 1 is a movie that is something so unique that a lot of movies are now gonna take from this movie and use it. I mean, this movie was great, and it's directed by the guy from The Office. And yes, I'm talking about A Quiet Place. That makes my number 4. This movie was great. Emily Blunt, what a year for her as Mary Poppins, which she was great in. She was maybe better, but just as equally good in this movie. She is so good in this movie. Not enough people are talking about her in this movie. She is so good. John Krasinski as a director, fantastic. Can't wait to see what he does next. As an actor, he's great. I love the premise alone. You can't talk, you can't make a sound. It is such an intense, it is so intense. The directing is great, the story is great. I love the ending, even though I at first didn't like it. As I've grown a little bit older now over the year, I have liked the ending a lot more. It is an awesome movie. Definitely see it, and definitely probably the best horror film of the year, hands down. Number 3. Well, number 3, this movie gets the title for one thing. It might not get number 1, but it does hold one first place title, and that is the most underrated movie of the year. This movie does hold this title. It's a movie that made no money in box office, basically. It's a movie that no one's talking about, and it makes me a little sad. But number 3, my personal favorite movie, or underrated movie of the year, is Bad Times at El Royale. I loved this movie. I loved the directing. I loved Chris Hemsworth. I loved Jeff Bridges in this movie. This movie was a great Hateful Eight ripoff, except set in a hotel with the line between California and Nevada. It was so interesting. The murders, the blood, the action, the dialogue, the action, the acting alone by Jeff Bridges. You gotta see this movie. It was so good. And if you're a mystery buff like me, like I love mystery movies, you gotta watch this movie. It was so good. Please go see it. I hope it gets the best production design Oscar, because the production alone deserves a nomination. I love this movie. One of the best mystery murder films of the year and of one I've seen for a while because I love it. I really like this movie, guys. Number 2. Coming in second place, this movie, I'm telling you, like I know I said Quiet Place was number 1 for a while. This movie still could be number 1 right now as I'm thinking about it before I say it. I loved this movie. I cried like a baby in one scene. I love the characters. I loved so much about this movie. Oh, my number 2. Love, Simon. Oh my god, that feels so weird saying second place because again, if this movie, I could easily say it's my number 1, but it's not at right now. It is my number 2. Love, Simon was so good. I mean, this movie, okay, I recommend this movie to everyone. Everyone says I'm gay. I'm not gay, but this movie shows if you are gay, who gives a fuck? This movie shows that, and that's why I like it so much because it's a big studio movie, and they were like, hey, it's okay. Just talk about it. And this movie does it in a way with great characters, a great story, entertaining. It's so good. The scene with his mom and him makes me cry every time. I really like this movie, guys. It was so like it could be number 1 right now, but it isn't. It is my number 2. I loved it so much, and I hope Nick Robinson gets more roles because he was so good in this movie. If you've not seen it, I recommend it because so many people that I know who the thing is, the movie looks gay, whatever. I said, sit down and watch it. They went, they watched it, they came back to me and they said, Jacob, that was great. Told you so. So please watch it. It is so good. Number 1. Alright, here we go. So, we did 20 through 2. We had a bunch of movies, a bunch of really good movies, great movies, but a lot of disappointing movies, not gonna lie. But one movie, what is it, guys? It's a year. This year, this movie, I heard nothing bad. I heard one person talk bad, and that was it. Everyone I've talked to loves this movie, and everyone I tell them, like, I think blank, this is my favorite movie of the year, and they were like, yeah, I agree with that. So, it's time, guys, 2018. What movie is it? Here we go. My number 1 favorite movie of the year 2018 goes to A Star Is Born. Yep, I'm cliche like every other list. I know a lot of people are saying number 1 is this, but you know, how could you not like this movie? I mean, I know it's cliche and the storyline of growing and falling and stardom and all that kind of stuff, but my God, Bradley Cooper, give him an Oscar for acting or directing. His first time directing, and he's gonna get nominated. That's freaking great. I mean, that's awesome. That's Jordan Peele level, just like last year. He's fantastic. He plays a drunk. He's fantastic. Lady Gaga, I think she's gonna win Best Actress. I believe them two will win both actor and actress, and this movie will win Best Picture. I think it might happen. If it don't, I'll be a little disappointed, but I love this movie. I love the music. The cinematography is so beautiful. The music. I mean, Shallow's gonna win Best Original Song. Pfft, that's just guaranteed. I love the love story, and I feel like this movie has enough grit, and if it wins all the Oscars that it needs to, this could become one of the best remakes ever made, one of the best love stories ever made, and I loved a lot about this movie. The first scene opening alone made me just like pumped to see this movie, and then it grows and gets better and better and better, and the ending is so depressing and happy and just depressing, but such great directing. I loved A Star Is Born. It was so good. I loved everything about it. I can't wait to see more people see this movie. I hope it becomes a classic love story and is talked about through all love story movies. It deserves it. A Star Is Born takes the title for my favorite movie of 2018. And so that is it. That is my top 20 best movies of the year. Again, just my opinion. If you disagree with it, it's fine. It's okay. But if you agree with me, tell me down below. Tell me what you like about my list. But that was the best, and it was so fun to do. I love doing my best because I feel so cheerful talking about good movies. It's so great. But now, we gotta do the top 10 worst, which will come very soon, probably right after this video is uploaded. So next, guys, is my top 10 worst movies of the year. Can't wait to do that list. It's always fun to do that list. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys very soon, and I hope you guys have a great New Year's if you don't watch my best or my worst video. So, Happy New Year's if you don't watch that, but I'll see you in the next video. Love you guys. See you guys next time.